Daisy, now, come back. Come back out of the way. Come here. Come on, get out of the way. Thank you. Howdy. That was a shot with Knotty, my hickory fire-hardened self bow. I may have to take this thing hunting here. I'm sitting on the ground. It's like I don't know, like 10 yards. I hit pretty much, it'd have been a dead pig. But what I want to talk about today is snake boots. Do you have to have them? I mean, I don't know. You don't have to have a tree harness or a safety belt until you fall. Then it's pretty neaty thing. And that's the same way with these snake boots. I've hunted my whole life in these swamps here and growing up as a kid, and I have had countless snake encounters. I mean, a lot of them. But one thing that I used to do early on, especially as a kid, I hunted 10, 12 years old around here, and there's snakes out all the time pretty much. Unless there's a frost, and then they could be snakes out that afternoon. But I paid attention. I hunted slow because I was scared of them. I mean, they're here and you look for them. And then as I get older, you covering ground, you hunt and you get sloppy. And I have been, never been actually had a fang in the meat, but I have been bit several times on the boot. And just to not drag it out, snake boots are necessary if you hunt down here where I do. You're asking for a lot of trouble not to wear them, and you got to have some kind of boots on anyway, right? So they need to be some good ones, some protective ones. What made me go buy my first pair of snake boots was I was hunting at Fort Stewart, hunting pigs, and I stepped on. There were two copperheads laying side by side. They could have been mating or doing their wrestling thing, male dominance thing. I don't know, but I stepped on them. And when if you ever step on a snake, there's nothing that feels like that. Anyway, I remember stepping on them. I looked down. One of them bit me on the boot twice, and I didn't get in the meat. I had on some leather boots, and he bit me on the boot twice. Next thing I know, I'm like 20 yards over there looking at him. I went straight to the house. And so anyway, I got me some snake boots. The first kind of snake boots I got were kind with zippers on the side of them, and they were pretty cheap. I figured they'd be easy on and off, which is wrong. They get sweaty and that inner membrane sticks to your foot, and I'll actually pull out of the boot. And I couldn't hardly get them off. I hated them. And I ended up cutting that out of the inside of them and cutting slits in the side of them so the water would run out because they're gonna leak. And anyway, after I had snake boots, I know I got bit at least 3 more times on the boot. So I would say they're definitely necessary. And I will say this, if you ever come hunting down here with me during August, or I won't hunt with you. If you don't have on snake boots, you won't hunt with me. You can camp and go your way, I'll go mine. I don't have time for that foolishness. Wear snake boots, they're necessary. So with that said, let's talk about a couple of kinds of snake boots, and I have put many miles on them. And so, I mean, I would say I have an educated opinion about snake boots. So let's talk about them. As far as my usage, there's basically 2 kinds of snake boots. You got these, see if you can see them. There we go. These are Irish setters here. They're the lace-up kind. And I've wore a bunch of these out. Not necessarily the Irish setters, but that kind of snake boot. Hey Daisy, snuck up on me. But these are good snake boots, but they're gonna leak and there's nothing you can do about it. You have to learn to live with it. No matter what you coat them with, and no matter what you spray them with, they're gonna leak. May not be the first day, but they will leak. And I just learned to live with it. And I actually I mean, like I said, they work good. These actually wear like a tennis shoe. I've got some, I've wore out Rockies, Irish Setters. I got a pair of Danners, and they all about the same. I mean, all of them wear pretty good, and they all leak after a while. But I can tell you, there's things I don't like about these boots. Number one, they are some kind of hot. You lace them up, they're really hot. And like hunting in August, like I hunt down here, small game season, hunting pigs, they're very hot. And they're loud, they're kind of noisy. That like corduroy type stuff here, I don't know the name of it. It's loud, you're going through thick stuff, the laces, the metal and all, it makes noise, they're loud. And they're fairly heavy, and they'll get, with them being so hot, they will get you know, sweaty and all that and start smelling like a dead animal. You really have to, I have two pair of them, a couple pair of them, and I'll rotate them and wash them and dry them and do all that sort of thing. But anyway, that's them. And you tie them on, a tip for you, you tie them on, if you'll pull your pants legs out some and make it loose on your upper leg, it won't wear your legs out as bad as if they're tight. And also you can pull them up, and if you're going through some water, you know, like I said, they'll leak, there'll be a little bit of dampness around your feet, but they won't fill up with water and slosh and make it hard to walk in. But if you go in water over them, the water's going to go in and fill your boot up, and then it's miserable walking. Pull your pants legs up if you're going through something that's over your boot and you don't want to take time to put a plastic bag on them, and tuck them down. Pull them up and then tuck it in the cracks all the way around. You can go on across that little run of water and the water won't go in your boot and fill it up. Anyway, that's these. And to say I like these, I'd be lying. I don't. But it's a necessity, and I wear these. And just recently, I bought two pairs of these. So these are, what are these? These are Lacrosse, and these are snake boots, rubber boots. And one thing about these, they are nowhere near scent proof. I've been busted. I wore them early bow season, deer hunting to the tree. Deer come around, smell where I walked, and a hog as well. But a deer smell where I walk, and it's cost me a lot of animals. And they're not scent proof at all. But the rubber boots, I've not hunted with these during bow season, but I have hunted with the Lacrosse, just, you know, I forget the name of it. It's not snake proof, but it's the rubber boot that every bow hunter wears. And I've never had a deer spook where I've walked. And a hog, yes. I mean, you ain't not gonna beat the hog's nose. But I've had deer follow me to my stand pretty much. And so I'm hoping that these will serve that purpose of being scent free. And I've hunted with these a few times, and they're as light, believe it or not, they're as light as these, or they feel that way. Things I like about these, they're not as tight on your legs, so they're cooler. And these jokers, believe it or not, are more comfortable than these. And I say these, I'm not talking about necessarily these Irish Setters, I'm talking about all those brands that I've had, Danners, Redheads, Chippewa, all of those. These are much more comfortable. And these don't leak. I mean, if you get over your top, they will, but right now these don't leak. And I don't put the miles in, I used to. But I've heard that they'll leak back here on this crease, and I'm sure, you know, if you've been right there a lot, it's gonna work and leak. But if I can wear these down to that, I'll be happy. But you know, hunting pigs, even like you're not hunting out of a stand, you're covering ground. Every time you go through a hot area, you leave scent. Pigs may not be there then, but they will be if it's a hot area, and you're leaving all that scent behind, and the deer as well. And so you make it harder to be successful next time through there. So that's another plus that I'm thinking that I'm going to like these for, is just simply for holding the scent down some. And but that's my take on snake boots. And so far, I mean, these are fairly new to me, but so far I really, really like these above the lace-up kind, above these. And I hated the zip-up kind. I went through like 3 pairs of them. I hated them. I'll never buy another pair of those for sure. I may get some more of these, I don't know. But for right now, this is where my money's at, right here on these. I bought 2 pairs of them. I would encourage you to buy 2 pairs of whatever you like. Buy 2 pairs of them and rotate them and break them in together. And I'll be bow hunting out of those with those down there, the rubber ones. And they'll have a new rubber boot will have that rubber smell on it. I want that gone, so I'll rotate them and wear them during small game in August. And if I get to do any pig hunting, I may go to Fort Stewart. I don't know. I hadn't decided if I'm gonna buy a pass or not. But I'll have them scent free. They'll smell like the woods. But snake boots are a necessity. And I mean, I have had so many close calls, and I've had my boot bit several times. Whether he would have got through a regular shoe, who knows? And I've never been bit. I've been bit probably, if I had to guess, I'd say 6 or 7 times. And I've never been bit above the ankle. But I've never been bit by a rattlesnake either. It's always been copperheads or cottonmouths. And so I got struck at by, I've been struck at several times by rattlesnakes. But I got struck at by a timber rattler one time that was between, had he connected, it would have been between my knee and my hip. That's how high he was. So pay attention, pay attention. There's a lot of things that'll keep you from getting snake bit other than snake boots. Don't put your hands on stuff. I hunted with a guy one time, we were in the swamp. He was a city guy, nothing against you city guys. But we were walking and hunting hogs. We're going through a place that had a lot of cypress knees and stumps about waist high. Well, he walks up, we're standing there for a second, and he's gonna walk over and prop up on a stump. And there was a wad of cottonmouth like that laying right where he was gonna put his hand. I slapped it with my bow before he could touch it, and the snake went in a hole. You gotta be careful, don't put your hands on stuff. Going out through palmettos, more than once I've seen a rattlesnake up waist high in palmettos laying up in there. So pay attention to what you're doing. Look for them, you gotta look for them. And don't bet they're always gonna rattle, because that might be after he's bit you. So watch what you're doing, especially going up banks of dirt. I've had some really close encounters where I'm going up a bank of dirt and there's a copperhead eye level right there. So pay attention, you gotta look for snakes. All these boots is when you didn't see him and he did bite you on the foot or maybe up the calf right there. I would be willing to bet there's about as many people been bit on the hands and arms as they have been on the foot. So pay attention to what you're doing. And well, that's my take on snake boots. For what it's worth, I really like these new, I'll sum it up, I like these new Lacrosse, these rubber ones, and I don't know the model of them right there. But I think they were maybe 180 bucks, I don't know. But I can't remember. But anyway, I love them. They're comfortable. They're not as hot. A whole lot of pros in there. And I don't have a con yet about them. And other than they tell me, I think Jason said that and he goes hundreds of miles more than I do. But he said they'll wear up on the back of the ankle up there above your Achilles. And, you know, and leak a little bit. Well, the other ones are going to leak after you had them a week anyway. So it don't matter. But if they get to that point, and you know, I'll be happy. I'll be happy if I can wear them that long and they leak right up in there. And I'll use those for basically my pig hunting, and I'll use the ones that don't leak for deer hunting. If you have a hole in your boot, every time you step, it's like taking a puffer bottle and puffing scent out on your rubber boot. So don't think it's okay. It's not if you want to be scent conscious hunting deer. So that's my take on snake boots. Thank y'all for watching. And I may sound a little funny. I had the COVID for the 4th time. Just got over it. I actually missed last week's work, sick as a dog. Feel pretty good now, and now my boss lady, Miss Tammy's in the house, got it now. She's on the downhill side of it. So y'all say a prayer for her. And Miss Daisy over there chilling. So thank y'all for watching. Keep the good Lord first. And yes, you do need snake boots and safety belts for the tree stand. Catch y'all next time. Hey, I want to show y'all something right here. This is not staged. I give you my honor as a word. Y'all may have saw Daisy behind me sniffing around when I was filming. I come right here, walking right here, and caught my eye. Y'all see that old boy in there? So, yes, you do need snake boots. And you need to watch out for your dog in your yard if you stay out here where I do. And snakes get a pass around here, but that fella right there, he's gonna have to relocate. so I don't want him right here. He's in my wood pile. And there's him, and there was us. So you need snake boots. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you, good Lord, for keeping Daisy from getting bit in the face. And see y'all next time.